What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Mark here with the Better Mark. Let's get into the Sunday Major League Baseball plays. Apologies, we're out of the office. We're going to be doing no computer work here. I have a full house of kids and family members. So for your guys' sake and mine, I'm not going to be recording in the office. I'm just going to be doing out here in the patio. It's a little bit chilly here. Something where it's great baseball weather. Balls won't be flying here in the Midwest, but let's get into the picks, all right? And it's been one of those ones where we've been taking a little bit off the head. A lot of the bets that we've been making, they're fitting my, I guess you would call it my strategy, my approach, right? They're very favorable bets, but when we look into it, we've been kind of going on a little bit of a downturn, and that's okay. That's okay, because if you stay the course, eventually everything's going to average out, and you're going to come out ahead on the other side of the tunnel. I'm not going to change the way I'm doing things. All of a sudden, I'm not going to start taking plus run lines and fading people that should be doing well. We're taking the right matchups. We're handicapping the right games. Just got to get the ball to drop. So let's get into it. I do want to share with you guys, though, I am going to have 5 picks in this game, a couple props I'll share with you guys along the way. And remember, though, please subscribe down below, smash that like button, and always let me know your picks down below in the comments, okay? So first one out there, we are going to be diving into the Arizona and the Baltimore game. All right, Zach Gallen, Dean Kramer, very good pitching matchup. And within this game, I want to share with you guys a little bit about what's going to happen, okay? This is something 1 o'clock. I think both of these teams are ready to kind of explode offensively. I'm not really too concerned with the pitching matchups. I looked into it. There's going to be some runs. So I would lean towards taking the over. Also, I do like Baltimore just because of where we're at within the temperatures and just the whole West-East thing. I like Baltimore to win this game. Also, the Zach Gallen strikeout props. It's juiced up, but if you guys want a little bit of a cookie, it's definitely there and available. Taking his over 4.5, I believe. It might be 5.5. I got to check. I think it's a -1 in the -160s, but that one jumped off the page initially, okay, in that first game. And I'm just going to go into the games that I have actual plays in because pretty soon here somebody's going to walk out and want to know what I'm doing talking to my phone because I have about 12 people in my house right now waiting for the baptism today. Okay, but the next game on the card we will be taking will be the Minnesota Twins and the Toronto Blue Jays. I like the over 8 in this game. I also like the Twins, but we are going to be taking the over 8. Both of these pitchers, Bailey Ober, Alek Manoah, I think the Twins are going to get to the Blue Jays. They've been hitting the ball very, very outstanding. Last night, killed me within the comeback that the Toronto Blue Jays made, winning that game 10-8. You can start to read between the lines a little bit, all right? I was at the sports book, and I was at a kiosk putting in my bets, and I was looking at the number, and I couldn't understand why the run line. I understand they're on the road, right, in the pitching matchup. We can talk about that. But yesterday, the Minnesota Twins were like -150 with a +1.5 on the run line, and I just couldn't compute that from a numbers perspective how they got to that number, and that's where I'm starting to see a little bit of these favorable spots where it's starting to look fishy. They're just starting to look fishy, and it is what it is. So we're going to be dabbling into a little bit of the totals. We're going to get into totals, props. We're going to get around this. We're going to find a way to win bets and cash tickets. So the first bet we'll be making as an official play will be Minnesota and Toronto over the 8 at a -130 price. Okay, the next game out there we're going to get into is Houston and Detroit. Okay, we have Verlander going against Jack Flaherty. A lot of Ks in this game. It's going to be cold, chilly, a little bit breezy. I look for a lot of strikeouts, a lot of broken bats, a lot of sore fingers in this pitching matchup, okay? But what we're going to be doing here is taking the under. I truly like the under. Flaherty has a 3.86 ERA. Houston's bats have woken up a little bit, but I'm going to trust Verlander to get it done today, taking the under 8 at a -117 price as my second official play. And then the next one is one of those games that jumps off the page as a little bit fishy, and you just can't really understand why the line is what it is. But this will be a play that I look for, possibly even a multi-unit play. Really diving into this one. We got Zach Wheeler on the bump, 1.64 ERA for the Phillies, playing another game against the 10-31 Marlins. And this is where we're going to take the Phillies on the run line. I don't understand how this price is below minus 130. We're going to take it at $1.25, all right? And that's where we look for the Phillies to win by 2 and complete this series against the Marlins, okay? So that's my third official play, one I truly like. I'm probably going to have that in the mix with a lot of parlays, maybe some cross-sport stuff, but I am all over the Phillies minus 1.5. And it's, like I said, it is one of those fishy, too good to be true numbers that does it jump off the page? Yes. Is it something where you do your research and the bet backs up the numbers? Back up the bet? Yes. Does the matchups back up the bet? Yes. But it's still at a low price. It should be probably around minus 140 in my opinion, and we're here seeing it at $1.25. So that'll be me. I'll take the Phillies. I'll take my chance at the minus 1.5 at that minus 125 price. Okay. And then the next game, we're going to talk about it. We're not going to bet it. The Guardians-White Sox. Do the Chicago White Sox sweep the Guardians at home? Logan Allen, Michael Soroka, sure can happen. I can't believe I'm saying that. Full disclosure, I want to tell you guys, I am a Cleveland sports fan from a fan's perspective. So when I'm making my bets, as you can see, I'll tell you when it's a biased bet and when it's not a biased bet. I have no problem separating my bankroll from my emotions and what I'm doing here on the cards. Okay, but I want to talk to you a little bit about what's happening within this game. Okay, we were betting the likes of the Cleveland Guardians pretty much every game of this series, and it had nothing to do with the fact that I'm from Cleveland or by Cleveland and a Guardians fan. Okay, they had the right pitching matchups, they had the right numbers. They coming into the series, everything lined up for them to beat the White Sox. Even sometimes the numbers actually jump off the page. I think they were pretty much even money the whole series. A little bit of regression. It's okay. Full disclosure, I want to tell you guys what I mean by that. I took the under on the Indians season win total. I'm fading the Indians. I'm not a believer in Indians. I think they're a step up from a minor league ball team, with the exception of Jose Ramirez and a couple key pieces. I'm not a fan of their bullpen, but then all of a sudden they're doing some crazy stuff statistically, and I'm left here holding the bag as a anti-Cleveland Guardians fan, where I was fading them, and now they started off to a 24-16 season, and they look like they're going to be in contention for the AL Central. But maybe I was right. Maybe I was right all along, and this 4-game potential sweep to the Chicago White Sox is something not to balk at, and kind of the turning of the page, right, where we see Cleveland kind of get back to who we thought they were before the season started. So a little bit of an excerpt on that. That's why within baseball, I want to tell you guys a little betting strategy. I like to divide the season by 4s, okay? So we have the first half before the All-Star break, the second half leading up to the All-Star break, kind of assess the post-All-Star break, post-trade deadline, get into that Q3, basically 4 quarters, and then the final home stretch where teams start pulling up on the reins, and then the other teams start pressing the gas down, trying to make the postseason runs and get ready for October. So that's kind of how I do it. And right now we're kind of treading into that Q2, and that's why you might see, okay, well, Mark had an outstanding record against the spread, picking winners in Q1. Well, we got to kind of reassess, kind of see where we're headed, and we got to take a step back, and maybe my handicaps on these teams are a little bit off. So I'm going to look at the numbers here this week, and we're going to try to recalibrate everything and get back on track. But just that's how I do it. That's my process. Part of me making this channel and these videos to talk to you guys is not about just giving out free picks. It's about educating, teaching you guys what I do on a daily basis and how to wake up, look at the numbers, and come out on a side or a total or a prop, and how you get there. That's why I want to make these videos, okay? But anyways, let's get into the next and the final 2 picks. We are going to be taking another run line. We have Miles Mikolas. He is always a fade for me when he's pitching. Pitching against the Brew Crew. Bryce Wilson on the bump. Wilson can get beat around a little bit, but we're still going to take the Brewers here. 2:10 first pitch. I look for the Brewers to get this one done, winning by double digits. I'm going to probably parlay this with the Phillies minus 1.5 to just try to get some more aggressive plays out there. we need to make some money back. So I'm not going to double down, but I am going to try to get some round robins going this afternoon and try to cash a lot of these tickets, because I still like my bets. All right, whether they're winning or not, they're my bets. I own them, and these are the ones that I'm rocking with. So obviously, I'm not going to make videos and picks and talk to you guys here about stuff that I'm not taking, stuff other people are taking. These are my bets, my videos, my bets, and this is what I give to you guys every single day. Okay, next one out there we are going to be taking is the Kansas City Royals money line. Okay, that will be the 5th and final play. Seth Lugo going against Patrick Sandoval. I am in Angels fade mode. I do like Seth Lugo pitching against AL ball clubs. 4:07 first pitch out there on the West Coast. Look for the Royals to get it done. Seth Lugo 5-1, 1.92 ERA, 36 Ks. Maybe a lower scoring game than we expect, but I still think for the Royals to get it done with ease. So those are my 5 official plays. Apologies, not in the office. Like I said, I have a house full of kids running around and adults that act like kids too. So that's besides the point. But we have the 5 official plays. And a little bit of a bonus prop I threw out there. We are going to be taking Minnesota over 8, Houston under 8, the Milwaukee Brewers on the run line -1.5, Phillies -1.5, Kansas City -124, and the Zach Gallen K's, we're going to take it at a price of -160s. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit too briefly about some certain elements. A lot of people have been messaging me on Discord and other places. They have been taking some ladder bets. That's a good way to get involved with some K perspectives. Also, you can get on board of taking this Phillies game, for example, right? We love the Phillies on run line. We could be taking the Phillies -2.5, -3.5. Okay, a lot of people do that. There is that opportunity where they just come out here and absolutely crush. So you can do a little bit of a ladder within taking those run lines, and hopefully they get it done by a margin of 4 or 5 or so, and we could cash a lot of tickets. I do that from time to time, but nothing crazy. Just wanted to share with you guys a little bit more of a perspective. So appreciate you guys watching. We'll be back in the office tomorrow. NBA video will be up soon as well. Remember to subscribe down below, smash that like button, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.